Hi, thanks for watching this tutorial on treatment plan estimates in PracticeWeb. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to define accurate treatment estimates in PracticeWeb, understand how insurance plans affect estimates and updating fees, analyze the treatment plan, fees, and coordination of benefits, understand treatment estimate details and breakdown, apply discounts to uninsured and cash treatment plans. Before watching this tutorial on treatment plan estimates, it is helpful to first watch our insurance plans 1 through 5 tutorials and the treatment plan overview tutorial. Because insurance carriers are notorious for being arbitrary, how much a patient should expect their plan to pay and how much the patient pays out of pocket is rarely precise. Even though benefit verification is possible in PracticeWeb, sending out pre-authorization claims from the software are as accurate estimates as possible. When presenting treatment to a patient, stress that the figures you will present are estimates. These were generated using the information that exists in the insurance plan at the time of presentation. Doing so is crucial to ensuring mutual understanding of payment expectations. By default, the treatment plan sheet already has a disclaimer inputted for you to use. This webinar briefly revisits the many factors in insurance plan setup that PracticeWeb uses to generate treatment plan estimates. To see detailed information, please check out our insurance webinars. The insurance estimates will only display accurately if the insurance plan is set up in a fashion that produces that result. Because of this, it's pertinent to consider, at the very least, the following. First, the assigned insurance plan type. Are you a preferred provider for a carrier and want to track write-offs? Do you want to bill out your UCR fees or the carrier fees? Or are you a Medicaid provider requiring to only collect fixed amounts? Second, changes in fee schedules. Have you or the carrier increased fees? Or is the correct fee schedule attached to the patient's plan? Third, coverage levels. What insurance categories does the plan cover? Are benefits limited by age, frequency, or amount? And is there a waiting period before benefits can be used? Fourth, benefits used. How much will the insurance maximum payout be for a benefit year? Did the patient use some of the same plan benefits at a different office? And are deductibles present, and if so, how much? Lastly, substitution codes. Does the plan downgrade or use substitution codes? And what procedures does the plan downgrade? It might be comforting to know that PracticeWeb automatically builds your list of insurance plans as soon as they are entered. New insurance plans can be generated from a similar plan already on the list, or you can apply a mass change to an existing insurance plan. More emphatically, PracticeWeb is modal. As time wears on and benefits are used, the program will calculate any remaining benefits as patient treatment progresses. If the patient has no more benefits, the software will let you know. Users don't have to worry about renewal of benefits every year because this is also automated in the software. In the treatment plan module, you'll see that both an individual's and family remaining benefits are displayed. First, the annual max. It's the total benefit amount the plan will pay within a benefit year, including traditional or off-cycle years. Second, the deductible. This is the amount the patient must pay before they can start using plan benefits. Third, deductible remaining. If not met, it will show how much is remaining to pay. If the deductible is met, this will read as 0. Fourth, insurance used, the amount of benefits already paid out. Fifth, insurance pending, the amount of estimated coverage for completed treatment. Insurance remaining is the last, and that's the amount of benefits still available for future treatment. If insurance estimates don't appear accurate, the first thing to do is check the patient's insurance plan setup. If changes need to be made, apply those changes to any existing active treatment plan using the Update Fees button in the Treatment Plan module's toolbar. As best practice, it is always a good idea to save treatment plans presented to a patient to honor any estimates relayed at that time. For example, let's say that Travis accepts a treatment plan charging $500 for D7140 on tooth number 1 in 2019. In line with best practices, the office staff saved the accepted treatment plan. Though Travis did accept the plan, he doesn't follow through with treatment until a new year, 2020, and since then, the fee for D7140 that your office charges increased to $525. After updating the UCR fee schedule on the insurance plan, clicking on the Update Fees button in the Treatment Plan module will apply those changes on the active treatment plan grid. At this point, you have the option showing how much of a discount Travis is getting because you will be honoring the 2020 fees and not the 2019s. As noted in the Treatment Plan Overview webinar, treatment plans are options or proposals presented to patients to address whatever findings the dentist has noted needs to be worked on. For instance, if she finds that you have a severely cracked tooth, she might propose 2 options. First, a crown to maintain your dentition, or the not-so-ideal alternative of simply extracting the said tooth. Who pays whatever amount of money that is expected are broken down in the active treatment plan of the treatment plan module. Again, the insurance plan information in the patient's family module will dictate how the program automatically calculates the estimates to present to the patient. To simplify explanation, what you see here are the display fields that I recommend should typically show for a PPO-type insurance plan. Listed, we have the priority, tooth number, surface, code, description, sub, meaning downgrade, fee, which is your fee, allowed, the carrier's fee, primary coverage, secondary coverage, discounts or write-offs, and finally the patient's portion. Any subsequent coverages that the patient has other than their primary coverage would be considered secondary insurance. Practice Web has features to determine estimates between the patient's primary and secondary plan called coordination of benefits. Secondary plan estimates are generated per one of the 5 setup options that Practice Web offers: Basic, Standard, Carve-Out, Secondary Medicaid, and Birthday Rule. Detailed information is available online under the Practice Web knowledge base. For best practices, always verify the coordination of benefits with the carriers. This will ensure a more accurate estimate. The term discount is relative and can mean one of 3 things for an insured patient. It can be a write-off of the UCR fee on a PPO plan type. It can be an adjusted fixed amount. And lastly, it can be manually applied with a discount percentage. In addition to elaborating what the procedure treatment plan is, what's unique about the treatment plan module is that coverage-related information also displays in the description field. If we can recall from previous webinars, there are other benefits that can be added to a patient's insurance plan. Things like frequencies, or how often a procedure can be performed, if the patient has maxed out their benefits, and even age limitations are noted in the description area of the treatment plan grid. Double-clicking into a procedure code on the treatment plan grid will open the benefits breakdown. Here, you can see the details on what the estimate was based on, including fees billed, the carrier's allowed amounts, deductibles, coverage levels, and write-offs. Everything inputted in the insurance plan of this patient. Let's see this on the D3330 procedure on this PPO insurance plan type, which tracks insurance write-offs. Our office charges $900. Insurance allows only $720 at a maximum, and the procedure is covered at 80%. Let's calculate how much we have to write off or discount first. We'll take 900 minus 720 equaling 180. As we learned in the insurance webinars, if a doctor is a preferred provider for a specific carrier or in-network, they can only charge a patient up to the allowed amount defined by that carrier. Hence, whatever the doctor usually makes, fee for service, for D3330, which is $900 in the absence of coverage, needs to be discounted by the $720 amount allowed by the carrier for the same procedure. Now, let's calculate how much insurance will pay. Their allowed amount is $720, and they'll only cover 80% of this procedure, making that $576. Finally, let's calculate how much the patient has to pay. So we'll subtract the allowed amount of $720 minus what insurance is estimated to pay, $576, leaving us with $144. In summary, let's check our math. 180 is our write-off, plus insurance payments estimated is $576 plus $144 from the patient. These total $900. For a different patient on the same insurance plan, we can see that the patient needs to pay their $75 deductible before insurance will pay for the D2750 procedure. Let's witness how the deductible is applied on this PPO insurance plan type, which tracks insurance write-offs. By default, Practice Web will isolate how much insurance will actually pay by first subtracting the deductible from the insurance plan's allowed amount, which is 900 minus 75, equaling 825. Then, using the remaining 825 to apply coverage levels, and in this case it is covered at 50%, that will total $412.50. Insurance will only pay an estimated $412.50 of the remaining $825 D2750. Next, Practice Web will see how much the patient needs to pay by adding the deductible to whatever amount they would need to pay without it. The deductible is $75 plus the remaining balance unpaid that needs to be paid by the patient of $412.50. This totals $487.50. The write-off or discount estimate remains unchanged because it is based on, again, the difference between the office fee and the allowed amount insurance will pay on that same procedure. As was discussed in our insurance webinar series, insurance plans can reduce what they will pay on a completed procedure by downgrading it to another procedure that provides the same treatment but at a lower cost. This is often due to the materials they use. Because a patient's coverage lessens, the remaining balance owed by the patient will add to their portion. The most common application of this is when a patient has completed a composite procedure. Let's say a one surface or D2391, and the office usually charges $210. When the patient's insurance plan downgrades, any payments from their plan to cover the D2391 will be based on the fees for another or substituted code like a one-service amalgam. This has a lower allowed amount at 100. So let's say the patient completes a one-surface composite and is billed $210. The carrier downgrades or substitutes D2391 for the procedure code D2140. The allowed amount for the amalgam procedure of D2140 is $100, and the carrier only covers that at 50%. Knowing this, we can multiply 100 times 50%. $50 is what the carrier will pay. We can assume that the D2391 write-off would be $210 that we usually would charge in the absence of coverage minus the carrier's allowed amount of $100, making it a $110 write-off. So if we take the D2391's UCR fee of $210 minus the D2391 write-off of $110 minus what the carrier paid, which is $50 for $2140, $50 is what the patient pays. PracticeWeb doesn't display the D2391 carrier's allowed amount, but that can be easily calculated by 210, which is our UCR fee, minus a $110 write-off, making it $100 for the carrier's allowed amount in the event that they did not substitute for D2391. To alter downgrade or substitution behavior, access the patient's insurance plan. From there, you can click on the Other Insurance Info tab and enable or disable the Don't Substitute Codes checkbox. If it does substitute, then you can use this button here to access the fields that allow you to indicate what is actually substituted. As this might be confusing, you can use the D method that I use. Disable the checkbox Does Downgrade. Temporary estimate override should strictly be done for a one-off situation or single instance and will not change any aspect of the insurance plan for any other subscribers on the same plan. Patients who don't have any insurance coverage are usually billed the office's fees for treatment completed. This scenario is called fee for service, or they're known as cash patients. Often, providers will honor percentage discounts. This is done through the Discount button in the Treatment Plan module. You can choose which procedures to discount by highlighting them from the active treatment plan and clicking the Discount button. No selections would make the program assume that you want all active plan procedures to be discounted. To reset any discounts back to normal, when prompted for a percentage, enter 0. A default percentage amount can be assigned under Setup, Treatment Plan. Non-percentage discounts can be added into the discount field within an actual procedure. After setting a procedure complete, you'll see two things happen in the Account module ledger. The first is that the procedures completed will display with the original undiscounted amount, and the second would be an adjustment that discounts those original fees. This completes our overview of treatment plan estimates in PracticeWeb. If you have any questions about something that was not covered in this tutorial, please call support at 800-845-9379, option 2. You can email us at support@practice-web.com.